Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is the last episode of Obsessed with Katty and Christy, and these are the 4 papers that we are working with this week. We're still working with the Dear Lizzy Saturday collection. I'm going to start off with these dies. These are from catscrappiness.com, and I will have Kat's shop linked below so you can check her out. They are stitched circle dies, so I'm going to use those since the sketch that we're working with this week does call for a ton of circles. So I thought this was a great way to get those circles cut. And as you can see there, I cut a bunch of different circles in the different pattern papers. The only one I didn't use was the heart one, which I will cut some of those hearts out and bring them in a little bit later. So this fun sketch that Christy found does call for some mixed media. So I pulled out some of my Shimmers products, and with Shimmers, you make any orders, you make sure to mention my name and you'll get a free product. So I'll link to them below as well if you're interested in any of the Shimmers products that I'm using here. So this color is called Caribbean Sunset. It's a really pretty coral color, and I'm just going to go ahead and go around the rim of the circle, and I did trace it with my pencil so I knew where I had to add some color. So I just did a very simple packaging technique around the edges, and then I'm taking this stamp. This is a stamp by Prima, and I'm just taking some black Versamark ink, and I'm just stamping around in a certain, not in a certain, in certain areas, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Just random areas, nothing really specific, just kind of adding a grunge mixed media type of look. And I just did that in a few areas, not too many. And then I'm going to go in with this stencil. This is by Tim Holtz, and I think this one is called Dot Fade, if I'm not mistaken. One of my favorite stencils ever. And I'm going to add some of this texture paste. This is also from Shimmers, and this is called Tree Hugger. That's the name of the color, and it's one of the new pasties. So they're the smooth dimensional pastes. And that just adds some texture and some fun around my photo. I will go in a little bit later and add some of that texture paste in a few more areas, and you'll see that later on in the still shots, but I won't do it on camera. I was just kind of, I felt like it needed a little bit more color, so I went ahead and added a few more areas of that green texture paste, and it's like a pretty teal color. So it's very, very pretty. So I went ahead and added a piece of foam behind in the center there. And I'm going to go ahead and add that big circle there in the middle with my photo. Photo is not a great quality photo. It was taken with my phone and it was at night. And it really is not a great quality photo. But I wanted to scrap it. It was a picture of my mom, my aunt who was visiting. She was visiting from Cuba. She comes once or twice a year, and she was here over, not over the holidays, but just before the holidays. She came early December, so she was here, and we went to see the Nutcracker in close by our home here in Miami. We went to Fort Lauderdale, and there was a boat parade, like a light show of boats, and it happened to be going on the same night that we went to see the show, so it was really nice. And there's a picture behind us, or not there's a picture, there's a boat behind us which is lit up, and you can see it in the photo. So yeah, it's a really nice photo. What I did is I made the photo black and white, and then I used an app on my phone to make the boat colorful. So I love how it turned out. It's not, like I said, it's not a great quality photo, but it works. And it's the memory that I'm documenting, so that's what matters. So I'm just arranging some circles here. I stack the smaller circles on top of the bigger ones and just create a little area of fun circles here. I'm going to add some washi, and I'm going to add some there at the top. I'm actually going to change that out and use a longer strip at the top. And the one to the right I will eventually move and take off. I'm going to use the thickers from the collection to write out my title, or the majority of my title. And but they're not going to stay just there. They will move. So you'll see that a little bit later. So at this point I'm thinking this is how it's going to look. I'm kind of trying to follow the sketch pretty closely, but I'm going to change some things around. Thought about bringing in some gold, but in the end I don't bring in any of the gold. I could have, but I just didn't feel that I needed to add gold to this. I feel like I have a lot of black and then all the other colors and the patterns, and I don't know, I just didn't feel like gold really went, even though I could have probably made it work, but I just didn't do it. So I am arranging my title here on top of the picture, and it just says ballet, and I will add the rest of my title later. but for now it's just ballet. And I thought I was going to have it be just ballet, but I will switch it out later. So I'm also bringing in some of the circles from the sticker sheet there. And I thought about bringing in this heart, but I don't end up adding it. I added foam to the back of it, but I don't end up adding it to my layout. In the end, it doesn't make it. But I thought I would because I really liked it, but I don't. So I'm just looking through the sticker sheet, trying to see what else I can do. And I add a couple of flowers. I'm going to add 2 in total. One at the bottom and then one at the top, on the top cluster there. And I'm going to take off all the gold elements in just a minute. You saw that I took off that red, that circle banner, not banner. I don't know what that's called. The one in the circle one that says, that one. I took it off. I can't remember what it says right now, but yeah, I took that one off, and I'm going to take off all of the gold elements here and just leave the colors. So I pulled out this one paper, and it's a yellow paper, and this one is from, I believe this was last challenge that we did. There was this yellow paper, and I have this piece of it left. This is from the 6x6 paper pad, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to cut out a circle, but an open circle, and it's going to be sort of a border around the red in that center circle with the picture, and only because I felt it was just too dark. Felt that the black, and then there's black on the top circle there, it was just too much black. So I wanted to add something else to kind of break up all of the black. So I thought yellow was a good addition, and I will bring it in a couple more areas here on the layout to tie in the yellow as well. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just hand cutting it, and because I didn't have a die that would be in between, the dies that I used were already those sizes that I have laid out there. So I needed to cut it by hand so that it could kind of fit. And I just, like I said, I hand cut it. So I think that just makes a huge difference. It just makes it a lot brighter, and I like that a whole lot better. This side I'm going to use those 2 tickets, which were perfect because we were attending a show, so tickets are appropriate. And then I punched out some of the, from the yellow paper, I punched out some little circles, and I just used some circle punches from my stash. And let's see, what else am I doing here? Okay, this ballerina is actually from the Maggie Holmes collection. I want to say it was Gather. Was it Gather? I want to say it was Gather. From the sticker sheet, I just remembered that I had this sticker sheet and it had this ballerina, and I really don't think I'm going to be scrapbooking about any type of ballet anytime soon. So I went ahead and just added it, and it was perfect, and it was the perfect color because it goes with the pinks and corals sort of in this collection. So it was perfect, and it fit nicely there on the side. So it's going to go there. So I'm looking through the puffy stickers, trying to see what I can use here, and the sticker sheet as well. I'm going to add some of those plus signs, even though they are going to move around. They're not going to stay right where they are. And yeah, I'm just working on adding some little bits and pieces here from the sticker sheet. I add a few arrows, and like I said, I did add a few of the circles from the sticker sheet and the plus signs. So yeah, right now I'm just kind of placing things and trying to see where I want things to go. Basically, my thought is just to kind of scatter the colors around so I don't have too much of one color in one specific area. You can see I'm adding a few hearts there, and those I did cut out from the 6x6 paper pad, the paper that we're using this week, which has all the pretty hearts on it. I cut out a bunch of hearts in colors that coordinate. So I'm just going to scatter those around in a few areas. I think I add maybe 4 hearts in total is what I add. So yeah, and that just adds a really nice touch to the layout. And here I am just messing around with this washi tape here on the side. Like I said, I will end up moving that, and I will end up adding some layers there to the right hand side. As you can see, I added some a red half circle and a little yellow half circle in the center to bring in all the colors to that side. So I'm taking some black India ink, and I am going to add some ink splatters in 3 areas, and I'm just using some scraps to cover up my photo and the embellishments. and I really like the addition of the ink splatters. And then I still felt like it needed a little bit something more. So I'm gonna just cut off two of the sides here on the bottom and the left-hand side. And I'm gonna end up adding this pattern paper, which is also from the Dear Lizzy collection. And it just went really nicely. It's just a really nice graphic black pattern. And I think it adds a really nice touch to this layout. And I think it finishes it off really nicely. So I'm just going to add that. I just cut like an L shape, and I'm going to add it to the left and to the bottom. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Make sure you go and check out Christy's video so you can see her take on the sketch and this week's papers. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them below. I love to hear from you guys. I will see you guys next time with another video. Again, thank you so much for stopping by today. Have a great day. Bye.